This is Sally.
Good afternoon. Is this Miss Sally Wood?
Yes, it is.
I'm Kathleen Blatz. I'm a special master appointed to hear matters relating to Judge Guerin's order of June 29th. And,
Yes.
and seated with me here are attorneys representing the governor and the Attorney General's office. So could you just identify to me who is on the phone right now so that we can get that for the record?
Sure. My name is Sally Jean Wood. I'm a resident of Nashua, Minnesota, which should be in Wilkin County.
Very good. Is your husband also on the phone?
He is not. I didn't put it on speaker because sometimes it's really hard to hear, but if you would like me to, I can put it on speakerphone or I could hand the phone to him.
No, I'll let you use your discretion on whether or not you need to bring him on the phone. I want to make sure that you can hear us. I think that's most important.
Yes.
And then we can hear you,
okay.
and you are on speakerphone here. So
okay.
just for the ease of, for you, I'm going to have the lawyers identify themselves by putting on their mics to start with, and then you'll know who is listening to you. And then what I'm going to do is ask you, as I do everybody, to make your petition, meaning we did get an email, albeit it's very brief, and we would just like to understand the particular issue that you would like raised and addressed by us, by me, okay? And what I do, Ms. Wood, is I make a recommendation to the judge based on the petitions that I'm hearing, and then the judge reviews my recommendations and can decide either to grant the relief or deny the relief, agreeing with me or overruling me. Okay? Very good.
Sure.
So, Mr. Lillehaug?
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Wood. My name is David Lillehaug, and with my colleague Joe Cassiope, we are special counsel to the governor. I'm also pleased to tell you that we've got the top people from the Department of Human Services in the room. We have Commissioner Lucinda Jessen, and we have Assistant Commissioner Aaron Sullivan Sutton, who is in charge of children and families within the Department of Human Services. So you've got the top people on this subject matter in the room today.
Okay, thank you very much.
And just hold on one second here.
And Ms. Wood, my name is Alan Gilbert, and with me today is Assistant Attorney General Jacob Krause, and we represent the Attorney General. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Wood, you may proceed.
Okay, my husband and I traveled to Texas. We left the end of June, I believe the 28th, to proceed with the adoption of a little baby that was born on June 30th. And since then, we have been waiting for paperwork to be processed through Texas as well as Minnesota. From our understanding of the way the process works, the paperwork has to be processed at an office called the ICPC office in Texas. That paperwork has been completed. It is sitting in St. Paul at the FedEx office. They cannot deliver it to the Capitol because the Capitol is closed. So our paperwork is sitting there. We are waiting to have the Minnesota ICPC office approve our paperwork so that we can leave Texas and return home with our new son. So we would love to return home. We've been here for, I believe this is our 10th day away from home. We do have one son that is still at home, and we have our 19-month-old as well as our newborn here. And we've been living out of a hotel. Today we moved into another facility that is going to be less costly for us because, frankly, this is adding up fairly quickly for us, living in a hotel. And, we've been trying to eat out of our hotel room rather than eating out as well. And my husband does work for the North Dakota State College of Science. He's an instructor there, so he's not teaching right now, but he does have a summer contract that he is trying to fulfill, which is very difficult to do from here. And our understanding is that we are not allowed to cross any state borders until until our paperwork is completed in Minnesota. So our petition would be, could we please come home? Could the paperwork please be processed so that we can return home?
Okay, and just for clarification, your husband and you are down there, and you can't cross the borders with the baby. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct. We drove here, so we did that rather than fly. It's a little less expensive for us to drive rather than to fly, because that would have been last-minute tickets for us to get to come down for the adoption process.
Okay, very good. Do you have anything else to say? We do have questions of you, and you may want to add something along the way. I want you to feel free to do
sure,
that.
I can't think of anything else. Be glad to answer questions. So.
Very good. Mr. Lillehaug?
Yes, first I have a couple of pieces of information from Ms. Wood, if I might. May I go ahead with that?
Please.
All right. First of all, I want to assure the Wood family and also everyone else, this has been on the radar screen of the Department of Human Services. You never know exactly when the paperwork is going to be completed, but Ms. Wood's email was received yesterday afternoon. Erin Sullivan Sutton, the Assistant Commissioner of Children and Family Services, spoke with her this morning and then shortly afternoon. Ms. Sullivan Sutton went to the office that handles ICPC petitions and paperwork and looked for that FedEx package and did not find it. So if this is simply a question of whether FedEx thinks they are able to deliver, the Office of the Governor is certainly willing to make arrangements to have that done. So that's the first piece. And it needs to be clear that Minnesota cannot process this adoption unless and until it receives the Texas paperwork, and it also needs to match up. So first of all, you have our complete commitment. Forgive me. You have our complete commitment that every step will be taken. And heck, if I need to jump in my car and go over to the FedEx office and pick up your package, I'm happy to do that and be the delivery person to the right person. Second, I do want to assure you that although some people have been laid off in the Department of Human Services, the supervisor of that person has delegated authority to sign ICPC paperwork, and she is yes, and she is fully prepared to do that if the documentation from Texas is complete and matches up with what Minnesota needs. Ma'am, do you have any idea when the FedEx package from Texas was put into the FedEx system?
I believe it was put in last night. I just spoke with someone right before your call came in. They were tracking that down because we called to tell them that Erin had been there and the paperwork was not there. And I was told that the FedEx office had on their I'm sorry, I don't know the correct words, but they had made note that they were not delivering it because of the Capitol being closed. And that was on this morning's paperwork sometime in the morning, I believe before 10 o'clock.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you could, we don't need to do this in public, but why don't I give you Commissioner Jessen's personal email, and if you could send the FedEx information to her, she will be and also your contact phone number, and I know you've already talked with DHS people. She'll be on the phone to you, and we'll make sure, we'll do everything possible to make sure that FedEx package gets pulled out of that office and gets in the hands of the right person. Do you have a pen there?
Okay, wonderful.
If you have a pen there, I'll give you her email.
Yes, go ahead.
It's Lucinda, Lucinda, .Jesson, Jesson, at state.mn.us.
Okay, so can I just read that back to you?
Yes, please.
Lucinda.Jesson at state.m.us.
You were close. After state, it should be .mn, as in Minnesota, .us.
Okay, and after the Minnesota, it's .us?
That's correct. And
Okay,
if we get any
So I need,
if we get any hassle from the FedEx folks, we'll make sure we get you on the line. And heck, if we need a court order to pull that FedEx package out of there, I think I know where to go.
okay. Thank you.
So, Ms. Wood, as I understand, Mr. Lillehaug, on behalf of the Office of the Governor, and
The Attorney General fully supports this.
it's my understanding that the Office of the Governor and the Attorney General have decided that within the four corners of Judge Guerin's order, I think with paragraph number 22, that this is going to be taken care of and always was intended to be taken care of by the Department of Human Services. The real problem here, it seems, is that the papers have not arrived, or at least they have not been found.
And Your Honor, just for the record, as we look at the description of allowed items within human services, if grants for adoption assistance are allowed, then most certainly activities of the Department of Human Services to help adoptions happen under an interstate compact are allowed.
Okay, very good. Well, I hope that your papers arrive, and if nothing else, I will get a report next week, and I hope that it's that you're arriving back in Minnesota with your new baby. Is it a boy or girl?
It's a boy, yes, and he's a beautiful little guy. So
Congratulations.
we're very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So,
Okay, so if I follow correctly, my responsibility is to send to Lucinda Jessen the Federal Express tracking number so that you have an exact location of where the papers are at. So from there, someone will go and pick the papers up and make sure that they match up and are complete. And once that's done, we will be notified of our ability to travel. Is that correct?
that's my understanding of how it works.
Can I just ask, can that be done today, assuming you get the package within an hour or two?
Well, Al, let's wait and see what's in the package. You've heard we're going to do everything possible to help out this family.
process it today if you can.
Well, sure, if we can get.
Okay, well, that is wonderful. We so appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations, Ms. Wood.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Have we heard what time our calendar is on Tuesday? I don't think we've heard yet. Well, I believe that that's all we have to deal with this afternoon, unless you have something else you'd like to bring to my attention. I don't know if you've received any word from Mr. Channing regarding Tuesday's calendar, but I'm sorry that I can't report that I know what time we start. I would just ask that you look at that calendar, and whenever the first appointment is, also trying to condense those meetings. I don't know if we have to move them, because I don't know what time they are, so that we can accommodate the hearing in the afternoon at 1 o'clock, I believe. So, anything else? Okay, we're adjourned.